Mycelial medicine teaches us many valuable lessons and shares with us the secrets of not only existence between the realms, but of the spiritual potency of life and regeneration. Mycelium are the bridge between what was and what will become. They are the hidden cog in the cycles of life and death, a network between the worlds that we as witches can travel and make use of. In this pathworking, we are going to set an intentional space to collaborate with these allies and seek wisdom for the path that lies ahead for each of us. You will need a journal, something to write with, and your favorite divination tool. Pause this video now if you need to procure them. Take a few moments to bring your energy body into balance however you are most comfortable. Align your chakras, your 3 souls, or even dig those roots deep into the earth. Allow your instincts to guide you in this process. Next, take a few deep breaths and bring the space around you into balance, freeing it of any unwanted energies or influences in whatever way you are most comfortable. When you are ready, create a magical space by again taking a few deep breaths and pushing your consciousness outward just a few feet in all directions and filling that space with your auric body. To ground and center this energy in space, visualize a ring of mushrooms forming around the perimeter, marking the boundary where you begin and the rest of the world ends. Here, in this space, you are free to move as you see fit and to weave whatever magic your heart desires. But we have come here for a reason. What you see on the screen before you is Agaricus bisporus, also known as champignon or the common whitecap mushroom. You've probably eaten or have seen them at the supermarket. Their young fruit can be either brown or white, and when white, they are called button mushrooms or pizza mushrooms. When brown, they are sometimes called cremini or baby bellas. While common to us, they are quite the special species of fungus and will be our guide for this pathworking. Take a few moments to create a solid image of Agaricus bisporus in your mind. Visualize it. Think of the way it tastes or smells if you are privy to that knowledge, and use your senses to help create a psychic impression. Focus on that psychic impression and pour your consciousness into it as if following a train of thought. Notice how your senses respond, and bring attention to how this feels to your physical body. Notice if it brings any thoughts to mind, and bring attention to how this feels to your mental body. Notice if it comes with any shifts in perspective or sudden awareness, and bring attention to how this energy feels to your spiritual body. Take out your journal and spend a few moments in this place between worlds to write down your thoughts on where you feel you are at in life, or a particular area of your life, and where you feel you would like to be. Think of your current position as your starting point, and that version of your life, or the area of your life, that you would like to develop as the destination. For the moment, don't worry about what comes in between now and then, but instead, focus on the specific details of your destination. Think of how this will feel to you on a physical, mental, and spiritual level, and write down keywords that can help you to summarize these things into digestible bits that you can review later. Take the next several minutes to write down your thoughts. When you are finished, make sure your divination system is close by, and then return your focus to the psychic impression of Agaricus bisporus. Using the life cycle and habits of Agaricus bisporus as a template, we are going to ask the spiritual consciousness for guidance on how we too might bridge two worlds together. To do that, we must first reach deep into the psychic impression we have made, and then seek the spiritual presence within. Repeat after me. I call out to the consciousness here, Agaricus bisporus. The white-capped mushroom, champion, Agaricus bisporus. Come to me and meet me in this ring of magic, Agaricus bisporus. Teach me of your mycelial ways, Agaricus bisporus. There are 3 unique features that set Agaricus bisporus apart from other mushrooms. It's easily cultivated, it has unique defensive capabilities, and is known for yielding large harvests. As we continue with this working, we will be focusing on each of these features and how we might learn to bring the wisdom of this species into this pathworking. Now would be a good time to prepare your divination system by shuffling or its equivalent. As you do this, ask the divination system to speak on behalf of Agaricus bisporus when the time comes. We will be doing 4 draws in total. Set your journal and divination system in front of you and prepare to go a little deeper. Close your eyes. Focus on your breath and the mycelial spirit that fills your space. Breathe slow and deep as you follow me. The first several attempts by farmers to cultivate bisporus were terribly unsuccessful. Wild plots were dug up and transplanted and moved to fresh compost, but would almost immediately become susceptible to contamination. It was believed that it was impossible to truly farm bisporus, and for over 100 years those that tried would fail. That is, until someone transplanted fresh mycelium to a sterile substrate. There, it could not only grow unimpeded by harmful molds and bacteria, but it did so at a surprisingly fast rate. Like bisporus, attempts at cultivating our hopes, dreams, and goals, no matter their potential, can be assumed impossible by even the experts. That is, if we aren't providing them with the appropriate conditions. Our first stop on our journey with bisporus is to seek guidance on how we too may create the right growing conditions for our goal. Take a deep breath and ask aloud, what conditions must I provide my goal so it can grow as strong and as potent as you? Give yourself a few minutes to jot down your initial impressions or thoughts, and then draw one piece or card from your divination system and record it in your journal. Take a deep breath, exhale, and release that energy as we move on to the next stop on our journey. When bisporus is attacked by predatory nematodes, it has a surprising way of defending itself. When the encroaching nematode bites down on one of the hyphae, the entire mycelium responds by shooting that hyphae into the nematode like a spear. It then consumes the predator from the inside out. Like bisporus, our goals are at risk of predation or impact from external forces, especially while actively manifesting. Our next question involves what it takes to protect our goals. Take a deep breath and ask aloud, what defenses must I develop so my goal can be as safe as you are? Give yourself a few minutes to jot down your initial impressions or thoughts, and then draw one piece or card from your divination system and record it in your journal. Take another deep breath, exhale, and release this energy as we move on to our final stop before reaching our destination. Bisporus is known for providing several fruiting bodies, making it one of the most preferred species in cultivation. This allows farmers to grow massive amounts of mushrooms from small amounts of cultivated mycelium. Like bisporus, we need our goal to manifest bountifully, so much so that we might harvest from it multiple times. Our final question for bisporus is a simple one. Take a deep breath and ask aloud, how do I yield the largest harvest once I reach my goal? Give yourself a few minutes to jot down your initial impressions or thoughts, and then draw one piece or card from your divination system and record it in your journal, just as you have done before. Taking another deep breath, exhale, and release this energy. With these last few minutes, ask bisporus if there is anything else that it would like to convey to you. Just as you have done before, verbalize the question, record your initial impressions, and then do one final draw with your divination system. It is now time to thank Agaricus bisporus and make our way back with the wisdom it has shared with us so we can further process it. Allow a sense of gratitude to bubble up inside, and then project that outward towards the spiritual consciousness that we have been communing with, and repeat after me. I have received your teachings, Wise One, Agaricus bisporus. You have met me in this place and gained a new ally, Agaricus bisporus. I will remember this always, and I give you thanks, Agaricus bisporus. Now I bid you hail and farewell as I go my way, Agaricus bisporus. Return your thoughts now to those of your body, and pour your consciousness just as before from this place back into its vessel. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, feel your toes. Take another deep breath, and as you exhale, feel your lungs and your torso. Take a third deep breath, and this time as you exhale, feel the sensation of your head and your limbs. And lastly, visualize the ring of mushrooms around you, retreating back into the earth, and the energy in your space returning to normal. Let's do this by taking our final 3 breaths together. Breathing in, visualizing the mushrooms retreating and absorbing the energy within. Exhale. Breathing in, those mushrooms continuing to retreat, and the space continuing to return to normal. And exhale. And lastly, one final breath in. Mushrooms completely gone. The space completely returned to normal. And it is with this act that our work here is done.